Hi guys, it's Mrs. Lacefield here, and today we're going to talk about our review for taking the SGA. The SGA stands for Student Growth Assessment, which just means that we're going to see how well you've improved it throughout the school year. Okay, so this is for math, and there's actually 5 different areas that this SGA is going to look at. Okay, the first one is writing arrays for multiplication and fact families. Okay, second one is with area, third one's division, fourth is rounding, and fifth is fractions. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a quick review on each of those so you kind of know what you're looking for. And then this week, there's going to be a review on Prodigy for each of these. So please make sure that you're doing your time in Prodigy. And after you're done watching this video, I need you to submit this question and you're going to write done. Okay? Done. D-O-N-E to let me know that you watched this. Okay? If you don't submit done, then I know you didn't watch this video. Okay? So let's go over this. Okay? First of all, arrays and fact families. Arrays are just how you draw multiplication problems so that you can visually see it, okay? So let's say, and I need to make sure I'm not using the same numbers. Okay, let's say that it says that someone has 5 groups of 2 triangles each. So we've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Kind of looks like I'm drawing some little jack-o'-lanterns, right? Okay, so what it's going to ask me to do is it's going to ask me to draw this as an array, right? An array is where I take this information and then I'm going to draw it with, usually it'll look like it's got some, honestly, I'm blanking, I can't remember what it's called, but basically little squares together, or it's going to look like little circles. So we're going to draw it as square. So what we're going to do is we've got 5 groups of 2. So we're going to go 5 over, 2 down. Okay, so 5 over, 2 down. Let me draw this, okay? So do you see right here, I've got 2 down, 1, 2, 5 over, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see all I did is I took these two, 1, 2, put them here. 1, 2. In fact, I can draw this. You do not need to draw this. So this one's done. This one, 1, 2. This one, 1, 2. This one, 1, 2. And the very last one, 1, 2. All I did is I took these triangles and I reorganized them so they look like this. Okay, this is very, very important for when we're doing area and when you're just drawing out multiplication problems. So when it asks you to draw an array, this is what it's asking for. You do not have to draw the triangles in it, right? Sometimes this will actually give you a grid and then it will ask you to color it in. So it'll just have a bunch of squares and it'll say color in this. So you'd color in 5 across, 2 down, just like that. Okay, that's what an array is. Just looks like this. Okay, kind of looks like part of a fence to me. That's what it reminds me of. Okay, then the next one, fact families. Fact families are when we write this as, oh my goodness, as a multiplication and a division problem. Okay. A lot of times it will also ask for an addition and subtraction problem as well. But right now what we're just doing is multiplication and division. So on the SGA, do multiplication and division. So how do we write this? Well, first we can write it as 5 times 2, right? And it'll equal 10. But I could also write it as 2 times 5 equals 10. Do you see how that's the same thing? I'm just rewriting it. So they're the same thing. They're in the same family. They're just rewritten in different ways. Okay, but I could also write this as a division problem. So I could do 10 divided by 2 equals 5, right? 10 into groups of 2. I have 5 groups. Or 10 divided into 5 groups means there's 2 in each. So this would be the fact family for this problem. Okay, so when it's asking for an array or for fact families, this is what you're looking for. Right? Our second kind of math problem that it's going to be working on is area. Now, area, remember, this is where some kids have gone wrong. That's where we're working on things like we did with the Legos, right? Remember when I had the Legos and I put them on there? We're going to be multiplying. So let's say, I'm so sorry, I'm like losing my voice. Let's say that Jimmy has a rug that equals 12 square feet, okay? So I'm going to draw this rug. It equals 12 square feet. What could my sides possibly be? Now I'm just going to look at this side and this side. And I'm going to need to figure out what I can multiply together to equal 12. Okay? And I just need to pick one that works. So I would say, let's see, what can I multiply together to equal 12? Well, obviously, if I multiply 12 by 1, because anything times 1 is itself, so I would do 1, oops, let me try that again, 1 times 12, right? So my sides could be 1 by 12. Let's see. Oh, I can multiply something by 2 to get 12 as well. So 2 times 6. I can multiply something by 3 to get 12. So 3 times 4. And consequently, because of fact families, I can switch these around. So 4 times 3, 6 times 2, 12 times 1. So if it's telling me this could be 12 square feet, or this is 12 square feet, what could the sides be? I need to look at these and say, well, they could be any one of these. So I'm going to pick one to label it. And because I like the 2 times 6, that's what I'm going to do. 2 feet by 6 feet. Okay? So I need to look at the center part and see what can I multiply together to get that number. All right, that was our second thing. Third one, division. Now, division can be kind of difficult because a lot of times we're working with really big numbers. Now, for my example, I'm going to use a little bit of a smaller number, okay? I'm going to say that Betty has, let's see, what's a good number? Let's do 64. Betty has 64 marbles, okay? And she decides she's going to put them in groups of 8. All right? So how many marbles would be in each? So this is what I'll do first. I'm going to make the 8 groups. It's kind of like if I have 8 bags, right? In fact, I'm going to draw them as rectangles to kind of represent bags. So she's putting them into 8 bags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So those are the 8 bags. That's what she's dividing into. She has 64 total. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count out 64 marbles. And I'm just going to draw dots for the marbles. I'm going to divide them into each bag. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Do you notice how I'm doing a pattern? Same thing each time. So that was 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. There, and I counted all the way to 64. Now I have this divided evenly into the bags. So I'm going to count how many marbles are in each bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So each bag gets 8 marbles. Okay, so that's how I would solve a division problem. It'd be the same thing as if I were to say something like this. Let's say that I, Mrs. Lacefield, gave 10 students in my class 4 donuts each, right? So I would do, how many would that be total? If each student, there's 10 of them, have 4 donuts, 4 times 10, 4 times 10 is 40, right? So there's 40 donuts. then they decide that they're going to divide that amongst the 20 classmates. So I've got 40 donuts. I'm going to divide into 20 classmates. So I'm going to count 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, right? Okay, now I've got 40 donuts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count 40 out. Each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay, I've got the 40 divided out there. How many donuts does each person get? Each person gets 2 donuts. Okay, so that's how I draw the division problems. Whether I draw it with squares to represent bags, or circles to represent people, or triangles, or if I draw them in their arrays, right? All I'm doing is I'm dividing it amongst each other like that. Okay, so that's how you do division. Next is rounding. And there's actually 2 different kind of rounding problems, okay? So the first rounding problem, and a lot of kids got confused with this, it actually has a chart that looks like this. I want to go over the chart briefly. Okay, the chart looks like this. On one part it says estimate sum round to the nearest 100. So I'm going to write 100 so I know it's round to the nearest 100. Okay, the next one's estimate sum rounded to the nearest 10. And then the last one is the actual or precise sum. I'm going to put actual, like this. Okay? And then it'll say something kind of like this. Luke bought headphones for $125. So first I'm going to write 125 so we remember the numbers. Okay? And then he bought a keyboard for, let's see, $189. Okay? How much money did he spend? So right here, we're going to round to the nearest 100, right? So we look at the 2. Is 2 closer to 0 or closer to 10? Well, it's closer to 0, right? So this rounds down. So we've got 100. Then 189. Is the 8 closer to 0 or closer to 10? Well, it's closer to 10, right? So that goes up to 200. So 200. Then I'm going to add this up, right? 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 1 plus 2 is 3. So when I round to the nearest 100, it says he he spent about $300. Okay, next one, we're going to round to the nearest 10. So we're going to look at this 5. Is 5 closer to 0 or closer to 10? Well, we know that when it gets to 5, we bump it up. So that goes up to the next 10. So it goes up to 130. Okay, the 9. Is 9 closer to 0 or closer to 10? That is obviously closer to 10, so that'll go to a 9. So we've got 190. We're going to add that up. So 0 plus 0 is 0. 3 plus 9 is 12. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So right here we've got 320. So you can see 300 and 320 are both very different. Now we're going to do the actual one. So we're going to do 125 add 189. 9 plus 5 is 14, so we put the 4 there, 1 up there. 10 plus 2, 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. Put the 1 there, 1 up there. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, so $314. Okay, so you can see that the actual sum is the most precise. Rounding to the nearest 100 is the least precise. Okay, so rounding can be really good, but it doesn't always tell us exactly how much money. Okay, it will also ask you about number lines. So let's say we had the number 50, and we need to plot on here some numbers that will round to 50. So we know that anything from 55 up will round to 50. Anything from, not 55 up. Woohoo! That was almost a bad mistake. 45 up will round to 50, and anything 54 and below will round to 50. So now I just have to put 3 numbers in there. So Let's see, what's the number between 45 and 50? Well, 46 is between there. We've got 49 is between there. Oh, and 52 is between 50 and 54. So those three numbers will round to 50. Okay, so that's rounding. Then the very last one, fractions. Okay, for the fractions, you're going to be looking at a fraction bar that looks similar to this. Okay, where we have 0 here, 1 here. And there will actually be a couple of different ones. 0, 1. 0, 1. And then it's going to ask you to divide them into different parts. So it might say divide 1 in half. Okay? In half. So right here I have 1 half. 1 half. Might ask you to divide into thirds. Thirds. It might ask you to divide it into fourths or fifths or sixths, right? So you'll just divide it by how much, okay? If it asks for an equivalent fraction, remember equivalent means equal, and it might say, okay, draw an equivalent fraction to 1 half. What I'm going to do is I'm going to first divide it in half, and then I'll say, okay, well, now I need to make a couple of other lines so we can have it be even, right? And I'm going to color in as much as 1 half. Right here, 2/4 is equivalent to 1 half. Okay, that's what you're going to be working on. This week, once again, you're going to be working on that stuff through Prodigy. Please, please, please make sure you log on to Prodigy. Have your parents message me or you message me if you do not know your login information. I can call you and give it to you. But please work on that. Then next week, we're going to take the SGA. Okay, thanks. I'll talk to you later.